good? What's good? What's good? Hello, everybody. How are you doing out there this evening on June the 22nd, the second day of summer? We are officially in the dog days of summer, and my God, it's hot. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. My name is Lee Black, and I am the host of Real Talk for Real Men. And we are live every Wednesday and every Sunday. Wednesday at 8 o'clock, Sunday at 6 o'clock. So I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Please be a part of the fun, the excitement, the conversation. We welcome any visitors. And so what we do on Wednesdays in particular, we have a great conversation about relationship topics. And we do it from more of a serious perspective, where it's on Sundays, we have a little bit more fun. If this is your first time joining us, you can find me on YouTube as well as on Facebook. And in fact, we are part of the TFG network of shows. And if you're unfamiliar with TFG, they have a bevy of shows that basically cover anything you can think of. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook. And because this is a grown show with adult content, you can find me under TFG Ratchet or TFG Uncut. Be sure to go to YouTube, Facebook, hit that subscribe button, tell friends, comment, share the content. So welcome. We're going to get popping here in a moment. I want to bring in my co-host from Memphis, Tennessee. This is Tasha. What's going on, McMac?
What's going on, Black? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right today. How about yourself?
I'm tired. I'm sleepy.
This heat will definitely do that.
Yeah.
It will do that. Well, I appreciate you popping in. You know, I know it's been a long day from work. And for those of you at work, we appreciate you. We know if you can't pop in with us live, check us out, you know. And even if you go back and watch this content, still subscribe, share with family, friends, comment, things of that nature. We welcome the conversation. I got my brother from Texas, Mr. Kenny himself. What's going on, Brother Kenny?
What's up? How you guys doing?
What's going on, Kenny?
Doing pretty good. How you doing out there, my brother?
Man, believe it or not, I'm fighting the cold.
Oh.
Yeah, just all of a sudden, man, I got the itchy throat like yesterday. And I'm like, oh, man, what's going on? So anyway, but I'll be all right. I'll survive.
Well, we appreciate you, my brother. Thanks for the love and the support as always.
Yeah,
it's
no doubt.
Nothing like those summer colds. Oh, my God. You know, I dealt with it myself a little bit. So how I headed mine off was a little lemon tea with honey, you know, and knocked that thing right out. But I think a lot of it's just the extreme temperatures. All of a sudden, these triple-digit heat, and we're living in the air, the in and out. So hope you feel better, my brother.
Appreciate it. I'm gonna do that lemon tea thing for sure.
Absolutely. It one of the oldest remedies, still works.
Right.
So look, it might just be us three tonight. And I always like to kind of bring you guys into how I pick my topics. You know, sometimes it's very organic. Sometimes it's things that just happen in the news, you know, and I also take suggestions. So I'm open to anything anybody want to talk about. But a lot of these topics that we discuss here on my show, they're born out of normal conversations that I'm having with Tasha or family or friends, specifically if it's geared around relationships. So what we're going to be talking about tonight is post-hookup behavior. Post-hookup behavior. And right on time, I got my brother Bert popping in from North Carolina. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Doing
What's
good.
up, Bert?
Doing good. How are you doing today, my brother?
Hey, I can't complain. The day is over with. Got a little drink. I'm straight.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm not drinking alcohol because I haven't eaten yet, and so I'm going to get my drink on later this afternoon. So I'm going to be doing water today. That still won't stop the crazy. So I don't tell her what's going to come out my mouth, but you know we're going to try to keep it sane. But I'm hoping Tasha pops back on the screen. But until she comes, let me tell you guys how we got here. Tonight's topic is the 5 stages of post-hookup behavior. Tasha and I was having a real conversation about real shit, and she asked a question to me. Well, before I start there, let me say we both kind of got a little bit lucky this past week. She got us some dick, and I got me a little slice of pussy. So we were doing pretty good. Yeah, that's how we started. Just so you know. That's how we started. Yes, sir. With that said, she asked me a question, and she was really, really serious. You know, that why does a man right after the hookup session, why does the guy leave immediately? And Tasha, I'll let you bring some context to that question, and so that I'm going to let my brothers answer this from their own experience and opinions, and number one. And then of course we're going to talk about post hookup behavior, because in where we're at now with so many situationships happening, and sometimes we have to get in where we fit in. What is the right etiquette? But as Tasha kind of brings some context to why she asked that question, I want to say hello to my brother Charles.
What up, Charles?
He already with the shits, because he said women are crazy. Let's start there, And Tasha, so bring us up to speed and paint the scenario. So why you asked me that?
Oh, well, how much detail you want me to give? No, I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna do it.
Your show right here.
No. I ain't gonna give all that detail. But I did. Black was letting me know, like how he had looked into a little bit of action. And I was making a joke and I was telling him about me, and I was like, well, now I don't feel so bad. Well, he was letting me know like what he did immediately after, and I was like, what? And because he was like, well, I just, I just put on my clothes and I just left, and I was like, why do you do that? Like, why do men do that? And the only reason why I asked specifically is because it's this one guy, specifically a friend of mine, and I always feel like he just can't wait to get away from me after he nuts. And it's like, I don't know, I don't know if it's post-nut clarity, like, shit, did I get ugly? Like, what happened? It can be it because you keep coming back over here. Like, what happened? Like, what is it? And I wanted to get his opinion on it. Like, why for some men, because for me, I make it mandatory. Like, no, you got to lay down. You got to cuddle me. You got to act like you like me for a minute, okay? Like, I don't give a damn what's going on up here, but you got to act like you like me for a minute, at least appreciate it. But for him, it's like he just can't wait to like get away from me. And I can never seem to get a straight answer from him. So I was like, let me go to Black. Black will tell me what's going on. So, and like, we need to put this out here. So then maybe there's other women who are experiencing or have experienced the same thing, like, let's open up this dialogue. Why do y'all do that? What's wrong with y'all? It's not all us, Charles. It's not all us. It's men.
So now, Brother Lamar, this is Mr. TFG himself. Welcome, my brother. Thank you for popping in. So what you walked in on is a conversation that Tasha and I was having, and this is real. This is stuff that we talk about for real, and it's made it to the show because she wanted an honest answer, and I gave her mine, what I thought it was, and I want you guys to kind of chime in, Charles, Lamar as well, because now in my situation, I was at the young lady's house, so I know why I put my clothes on, because of the awkwardness. But before I get into mine, what do you guys think, from your experience? Have you been in that situation, to where, based on what she's saying, she's asking, why do men, right after they nut, get up and leave?
You're dicking and dashing, nutting and going. What is it? I don't understand. Like, is this like some secret society? Tell me, please.
Charles is already kind of giving his side of it. He's saying maybe you put it on this dude so good, he uses a walker. So in this instance, maybe are we saying the sex was so great that, my God, he got to go somewhere and contemplate? But what are you guys thinking? And I mean, she wants a serious answer.
Right.
And I'll tell you what my answer to her was. But go ahead.
All right. To tell you the truth, it all depends on where you at. If we're really, how can I put this? Because it's gonna be crazy how the way it's gonna come out, but it depends on what our expectations are. You know what I mean? It was like what Black was saying, like, even though the lady's house, whatever, got in, I'm bolting. I came, I saw, I conquered. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost on that level. It's just like, all right, well, I'm done. I did my thing, or whatever the case might be. I'm out. I was never a person like that. You know what I mean? I was the one that stuck around, hugged up, because that's just what I was. That's what I did. I got taught by certain OGs that like, yo, you know, you gotta do that lover thing or whatever. Even if you ain't really into them like that, you gotta, you know what I mean, play the role a little bit till you get out of there. But for the most part, I mean, sometimes you gotta look at is my interest in you. Cause I did it one time and I wasn't really interested. I just got some and, you know, it was like, you know, coming the back and forth type deal, but then I just got out of there because that was it. That's what I came for. I came to get that. You came to get what I had to give, and then that was it, and I was out.
Okay. Kenny, before you answer, Carlos says that it's a safety reason. Carlos, I want you to explain that. I want you to explain what you mean when you say safety reason. And Lamar, I love this comment. Lamar says some guys want to draw a hard line between just sex and feelings getting involved.
Can I just clarify something? I just want to clarify something. This is somebody who I've been friends with for a very, very long time. We have an established relationship. And if I if I'm really letting y'all in my business, we didn't even fuck. It was just some head. I just gave him some head. That was it. Okay. If I'm just being plain honest.
Kenny, your face
and does that matter? Like if it's just if it's just some head, does that matter as well? You know, like let me know.
Okay. And Kenny, I promise I'm coming to you. Charles said
have some place he had to be. Did he have to say he had to be somewhere?
What'd you say?
Burst
he had to be somewhere after like was there something going on or like what was it? It was like after he was done, like, all right, I'm out.
Okay, so now to be fair, he had been over here for already like a few hours, to be fair. Now he did say that he did have somewhere to be. He had to go and see his boss. He did say that and the guy did keep calling him. But even in situations when that hadn't been the case, you know, again, not to let y'all in my business, but but even when it has not been the case before, he didn't have anywhere to go. It is just this one person. I always feel like he just cannot wait to get away from me right after.
Well, how long was he there the prior time?
A few hours, like 4 or 5 hours before.
Yeah, she's only talking about she's only talking about after the nut comes.
It's always after the nut. It's like I don't know. It's like he panics or he's like someone like cornered or something. I don't know. It's like he can't wait to get out of here.
Kenny, I'm telling you, get in here, my brother, in this conversation. But Charles said it's a transaction. We're here to fuck on each other, not love on each other. And then Charles also want to know what's that number, but he don't even have
now, mind you, this person does say that he does love me.
He loves her. That he actually loves her.
So,
he said he loved you?
Yeah, and it's not just during when I give him head either. No, this is just like regular conversations that we have. You know, he tells me all the time like he loves me. So, you know.
Did he say he got love for you, or he said he loves you?
No, I love you.
He said I love you.
Oh.
So Kenny, come on in here, man. What do you think is going on here?
I would say, I mean, man, that's a lot of info. But what Tasha, I mean, obviously he has feelings for you. So I don't know why he wants to jump up and jet. I don't know. Maybe he's scared that he's really, really gonna fall for you. Now, have you guys been intimate? I mean, not just oral. Have you guys been intimate?
Yeah, we had sex years ago. It's probably been at least easily like 7, 8, maybe 10 years ago. We had sex years ago.
Oh, so y'all hadn't had it since then?
Not recently. No, he ain't got to 2020 yet. 2022 yet.
But tell apart that he constantly asks for sex.
He does. Now, granted, he does constantly ask for it, but that's more on me and myself and my expectations, because I tell him, I'm like, this is not a game. This is not for play. Like, we gonna do it. We gonna do it.
Well, there you go. There you go. Now I get it. It's clarity now. I mean, he's like, man, he's probably not ready yet. That's why he's like, yo, I'm out, because he know once he go there, ain't no going back. You've already told him that. So he's like, yo, I'm not ready to go there yet. like
No,
that.
I'm not meaning like relationship wise. I'm meaning like if we gon' fuck, like you gonna have to make
No,
sure that I get mine too.
no,
It
no,
ain't gonna
no,
be
no,
over
no,
just like
no.
that.
That's what I'm
Okay.
talking. That's what I'm talking about. He
Okay.
like he don't know if he ain't ready to pull his gun out the holster unless he loaded. He got to make sure he got all his bullets ready to go bang, bang, bang. Because if he ain't ready, he gone. So
Let, let me
that's probably why he jets after that.
let me tell you guys what the answer I gave her, because these questions, we already 16 minutes in and we ain't even got to the other stuff. But I want to tell you what I told her I thought it was. Charles says if you don't ask him to stay, why would he stay? And I do like that point in a sense that, are you assuming that he's supposed to stay instead of saying, hey, why don't you lay in cuddle with me? Because maybe, you need to be told.
It's me. Of course I ask. I'm like, where you going? What you doing? Why you jumping up? I do. I ask all those questions. Maybe it's too many at one time. I don't know.
Okay. Lamar says, is he already hard when you give him head? Maybe he a grower and not a shower and don't want you to see it soft. That's an interesting take.
It's both. It's either way. Like I've seen it either way. Like
Okay.
Are you have feelings for him? Is it the same? Like do you love him?
I'm not in love. I'm not in love with him. I have love for him just because the established relationship that we had, and we are really, really good friends. Like we do have a very interesting relationship, but I'm not in love with him. No.
And you told him that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows.
That's what it is. He's sitting over there. He don't want to. He want to sit around you and cuddle with you or anything else like that. If he already know that he's in love with you, but you have love for him.
Let me
So
give
he
you
probably
guys
don't want to stick around. He probably like, listen, this is good, but if he's saying he loves you, but it's not the same for you, then he probably like, well, I'm just gonna get him.
So let me give you guys my take, and that way we can move on. Because I promise you, we could spend the whole show on this. But this is a real conference, real shit that's happening.
Yeah.
But then look, hey, Charles not playing again. What's that number? So Tasha, he said, what's that number? But okay, let me tell you guys the answer I gave, because I really like to see him together. To be honest with you, he's a good guy. He's been in her life for years. They do share very unique friendship and everything. But I'm gonna tell the answer I gave was based on what happened with me. Now remember this same thing. I was at a woman's house. I crept out on a late night tip. I got mine, and when it was over with, it was a very awkward moment because she's kind of standing there. Just to give you guys a little context, I sat around and watched a little porn, did my thing. So after it was over with, and after my legs finished shaking a little bit, so she's kind of standing there, and it's real awkward at this stage. So I'm like, well, let me get out of your hair, sweetheart, blah 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 blah. Now what I told her was, I very rarely go to a woman's house where I'm at a disadvantage. I prefer to host because I prefer to be in control. What I believe is happening is I think it's very emasculating for me as a man when I have to go to a woman's house because I don't know the proper etiquette after it's over with. In my own place, I'm in total control. And so for me, I know that if it was reversed, I can get up and go to the bathroom, wash myself up, set a towel out for her. I'm in control. I can kind of know what the next steps is, in terms of getting this bitch out of here, or whatever, the case might be, because I like to sleep alone. I'm not a cuddler and all that kind of shit. So my thing is, but I'm in control. But if I'm at her place, I can't just walk where I want to go, and it's awkward. In this particular case, I was, this all happened right on her couch, all this kind of stuff. So it was kind of, anyway, I didn't get us that. But I told Tasha got a badass crib. She is the masculine entity to me in this scenario, to where he's coming over to visit her all the time. Mm-hmm. She doesn't visit him. And so they sit around, they watch movies. He's interested in her. He says he loves her. I believe that. She questions whether he's telling her the truth on that. I believe he's telling the truth. But I believe that once it's over, it is an awkward stage of, well, what do we do now? Because I been in that situation. I don't want somebody to tell me, hey, it's time to leave. All right, shit, okay, now you can go home, And so for me, I just kind of want to get back to my own familiar surroundings, even if I've enjoyed it. Because trust and believe, my drive on the way home, she had some pretty good head and tail. I was pretty pleased with myself. I had held my own pretty good, but the other aspects, and we're going to get to the awkwardness of the etiquette, because Lamar brought up a good point about being soft and hard. There is a certain amount of pressure that if you stay too long, I'm going to use me. This bitch might want to go round 2. I don't have round 2 in me no more. You getting one good heavyweight bout. And now it's time for me to go home. So that's what I told her, that I thought that for the guy who almost said his name. Oh, I'm so sorry. I almost said his name. That maybe he felt like, you know what? It's awkward. It's emasculating because it's her place. And you got to remember who we're talking about now, Tasha, and all of her interesting OCD ways and shit,
Right, yeah.
So does that make sense to anybody?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
No doubt. He probably feel like you said with Tasha, she's already let us know about the OCD, and you can't do this, you can't do that. Don't use that towel. Sit over here. Put that over there. Don't touch this. Don't touch that. He probably like, yo, she ain't get ready to yell at me. I'm about to get up out of here. I'm gone. So that's.
But I don't do that to him. I don't do that to him. You can ask him. I don't do that to him.
I know we probably got. Oh, go ahead.
Tasha, be honest. Lamar said, "Oh, you probably fussing about the sheets and everything." I'm just saying. Now, Charles said they always tell me no, don't leave. So, Charles, you the man. You the man, my brother. You the man. You know what I'm saying?
Do your thing, Charles Moore.
Lamar said I would feel that way only if she didn't ask him why he was leaving. So this is what brought this conversation on. And so I'm going to examine just 5 quick areas that to me happens after the hookup, that maybe why it's kind of awkward. And because what I did tell Tasha, after she brought that to light as to how it made her feel, I told her I would never do that again. I would be cognizant now that if I'm in that situation to linger a little bit longer, because I guess I wasn't looking at it from perspective of maybe she's like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? You done got yours or whatever. So maybe I'll linger a little bit or whatever and try to, So that's my thing. So, but Hannah, I know you came in late, sweetheart, but we're talking about post hookup etiquette, behavior, things that that make this situation awkward, So I'm gonna jump into, of course. Let's go to the very first thing, and we'll see some of these things. And right off the bat, there is that awkward giddiness stage that happens, right after you hook up, with somebody. And so before we talk about that, because I want to talk about why it happens, then that gut check moment, if you will. Charles he said, Tasha, have you asked this guy why he leaves? So I'll let you to answer that last part, so you can share with them what is his answer.
I always ask him, like, where you going? Like, why are you leaving now? Like, you might as well just stay, just stay. And his thing is like, no, I gotta go. This last time I have to go, to by my boss's house. And before it's like, well, no, I got things, and stuff I gotta do. He'll say like, I told you I can only be over here for like a little while. I'm like, well, shit, it's already been like 6 hours. You might as well just stay. If you've been here that long, you might as well just stay.
So that answers that she answered your question, but that is the other reason why for me, I feel like if he's a guy like I am, you want to wake up in your own bed. I do. I'm gonna speak for myself. I want to wake up in my own bed, even when I have spent the night with the woman. It's the longest night in the world for me. you know. Um, and I almost am anticipating daybreak or that moment when it's okay to go ahead on and leave because I just want to get back to my familiar surroundings. I don't know, maybe it's a control thing, you know what I'm saying? So as we move on, Charles say, okay, he, to be honest, he cares a lot about you, so that's his security blanket. So I hope some of this is helping, Tasha, you know. But let's talk about that awkwardness and it getting this stage. What I found interesting in this article that I picked up is, why is it awkward in the first place?
Yeah.
You meet
Mm,
somebody, you put the vibe out there, you know. If you're gonna bark, be ready to bite, right? Now,
Right.
what if the
mhm,
person bites? Now it happens. Why is it even awkward in the first place? And this particular article talked about that it's hormonal, that it's really biology, it's scientific, and it's biology. You know that at that stage you literally high on hookup hormones. It calls it. So it talks about being able to process that moment, that it's supposed to be a little bit awkward and there's a giddiness, and it's natural because all of a sudden now you are truly basking in that moment that, wow, this really did just happen. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
You know,
mhm,
that, oh my God, you know, we really actually did this. And so now there's the gut check feeling that you start to ask yourself, you know, how did this happen? You know, I know for me, a lot of times, especially when the hookup behavior, what happens next? What do you guys think about this? Have you ever experienced that feeling of awkwardness and giddiness? And do you agree that this is more, you know, biological?
I would say that definitely the awkward and giddiness is part of the hookup uh situation, especially if you really feeling that person, and the chemistry is just like bouncing off the walls. So the anticipation as well is gonna have you with the, with the butterflies and stuff, and all that kind of thing, especially if you digging them. Now, post hookup, that's when it really gets awkward because from the male perspective, you want to hopefully use like, okay, I put it down, I hope she digged it, number one, so we got to deal with that. And then number two, he's like, okay, I'm kind of feeling her, but I don't want her to know that. So is she feeling me? So it's really is an awkward giddiness. But then, I mean, it's also a flip side of that too. If she was whack, then you ain't trying to be awkward and giddy with her no more. You trying to get up out of there. And number two, if you didn't put down your best work, you looking for your shoes and socks, and you trying to get the hell up out of there too.
So I want to ask the women on the panel, because Kenny brought up a really good point, and I see Bert bobbing his head, because there is a tremendous amount of pressure for us as men that I don't think women take in consideration. You know, after the hookup has happened, some guys like to ask in the middle of it, "Whose pussy is this?" Thank God I don't ask that kind of foolishness or whatever. But there's a reason why that happens, because we are under a tremendous amount of pressure to perform well, and you don't want to have a bad dick report out there. So I want to ask you as women, you know, when you're in that moment in the hookup, is there an awkwardness for you? You know, what's going through your head in that moment that, wow, this just happened? Take me there, because like Kenny said, I know what we feel. You know, there's a lot going on with us as guys right after it's over with. Did we perform well? Did she enjoy it? And then Kenny brought another one in there. What if she's not good? You know, how do you communicate that? What's going through your head as a woman right after the hookup?
Um, I thought the same correctly. It depends on what the hookup is for. Like if the hookup is just dick. Oh wait, is this uncut?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, I asked after I said dick. Uh,
I know, right?
I know, right? If it's just dick, then did I get mine and he got his, and is he leaving or I'm leaving, or how is going to exchange? If it's like full sex, to be me, if I'm talking about me, I would be hoping. I hope I snatched his soul, and this is all you want and nothing else. And also, it depends to me. I also could feel like Did I happen too soon? Was I giving it up too soon? Even though we know, you might be thinking, damn, I know I wanted it, I know you wanted it, but you want to look at me as a hoe in the morning or the next evening, because it don't gotta be in the morning. In 10 minutes, you can get the hell out. But I'm just saying, you might have to look like, damn, I know we both were in the moment, but was I too fast? Or some people might not, even though men should initiate it, some men might feel if you initiated, maybe you was being too aggressive. Like if I'm
Good
being
point.
too aggressive at the moment, did
Good
I
point.
not do it? So you always will have those questions within, are you doing it right? Did you do it well? Because what you think you putting down might not be what somebody else like. That
Very
might
good.
just be what you're
Very
used
good
to.
points.
But everybody's different.
Very good points. Tasha, what about you? Is there any feeling of awkwardness or giddiness right afterwards for you?
It honestly, it really depends on like what if is this someone that I'm trying to be in a relationship with, or is this like a one night stand? How much have I had to drink?
Why does that matter? So why
Because
does that matter?
if it's just like a one night stand, I don't care. I already know. Like I've already kind of decided. Like okay, I'll probably never see this person again. No big deal. I got mine. You got yours. It really doesn't. Past that, there's no awkward. There's no giddiness. It is what it is. But now what comes into play is how much did I have to drink? Do I even remember having sex with this person? Well, we might have to run it back again because I don't think I really, really remember.
Okay.
So, it might be that. But now if this is someone that I'm trying to be in a relationship with, everything to what Hannah just said, because yes, it's like, well, damn, like, did I give it up too soon? I don't think, like I'm having that conversation with myself, like, no, I don't think so. But, like I hope, I hope he enjoyed it, and, I will ask. I will ask after. Offer you a high five. How was it? I want to know. So I want to know.
That's what's up, fellas. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt in that moment? This is a crazy question. That did I move? Did this move too quick? Again, sometimes we bark, and damn it, I was just playing. I don't know. I know this is only me. Have you ever felt like, damn, this moved way quicker? Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I was like, I really was. I was saying to myself, man, I was really just playing with you, girl. And lo and behold, I'm like, oh my, okay, now I'm really scrambling. I'm like, what the heck am I gonna do with this? So yeah, that has happened to me before. Again, I'm just trying to, and that can be awkward too, because then you really try. Okay, now I got to figure out. Okay, I got to be serious about it now. And so if I, like you said, if I put a bad dick report out there, that's a wrap with that. And I was just playing. I was like, wait a minute, don't put that, don't fax that, don't email that report. I was just playing, girl. Give me a second chance, So, but that's happened.
Absolutely. Brother Charles, thanks for popping in, my brother. What's going on? Hey,
what up, Charles?
Come on in here.
What's up, y'all?
Right on time. What's your experience as a guy right after hookup? Is it awkward? And if so, have you experienced any awkwardness or giddiness, and why?
I would say, okay, so we gotta be I'm gonna be transparent on here. Okay. So in the beginning it was awkward because I think I knew how to have sex, but I didn't know how to fuck correctly. Like, if that makes sense. So like it would be awkward. I'd be like, oh dang, did I do good? Was it bad? She ain't talking to me. She looking at the clock. Yeah, I gotta get up out of here. I gotta get up out of here. I gotta get up out of here. But afterwards, I'm like, girl, hey, what you got in here to eat? What you got to drink? I'm thirsty. So I think like once you know how to drive, like you can't be awkward in the car once you know how to drive already. So, and I think I'm a good driver.
Gotcha. So for you, once you gain that experience, there's no more awkwardness stays for you.
No, because like I'm a bit like I'm comfortable in my own skin. Like I've learned to be myself. Like I'm goofy. I'm gonna make you laugh. We're gonna laugh and shit. But once we get in the bedroom, like it's completely off. Like I'm a completely different person. Gotcha. So like I'm gonna go out of my way to make you comfortable. Like, cause the last thing I want, like if I'm coming over your house, Tasha, just gonna use an example, okay? So if I'm coming over your, John married, and like that's my sister, so I can't use it. So like if I'm coming over your house, like I'm gonna go out my way to make you comfortable. Cause the There's three things I don't want. I don't want you to be uncomfortable in your own space. And then I'm like, I don't want you doing something like, oh, I gotta give him some. I've been talking all that shit in the text message. I gotta give him some now. Like, I don't want you to feel obligated. I don't want no obligated sex. Hell, that's whack as hell. And most importantly, like, I want you to like enjoy yourself too. Like, it ain't about me. Like me, me nothing is cool or whatever. Yeah, that's great. It'll be okay. But like most importantly, like I want to be like, I want to make sure that you like enjoy yourself. So that way you can be like, girl, look, I gotta call him again. Yeah. So I don't know.
I love your answer. I'm a selfish son of a bitch, so bravo to Charles.
It just depends on who it is. Now that's not everybody, but
I want you to give me a quick answer on this one, real quick, because I'm getting ready to go to number 2. Okay. Have you ever, right after the hookup, felt giddy?
Yes, but only because like, damn, I can't believe I finally got the girl.
Quick,
so yeah,
real quick, why did giddiness? Because when I think of giddy, I normally don't think of a man. But have you ever felt giddy right after? And real quick, why were you giddy afterwards?
Because it's somebody I can't believe I actually slept with.
Love the answer. Anybody can go next.
Oh yeah, definitely. I felt giddy. Yeah, I was just happy to be getting some. To be honest with you.
Nothing wrong with that, Kenny. Nothing wrong with that.
So yeah, I'm giddy every time I get some. So let's go.
I love it. What you say, Bert?
Listen, I'm piggybacking off of bro. I'm like, look, every time you get some, I'm giddy. Like, yeah.
I love it. Ladies?
I don't think I've ever felt giddy. I don't think so. I don't think it's been a giddy.
I felt satisfied but not giddy.
Yeah.
That's literally why I asked that question. That's crazy. Lamar says yes, and I get up and grab
You know what, Lamar?
What?
I don't want to see that. I don't want to my head, bro. Come on. You gotta chill. You gotta chill, bro.
He got a routine. I agree with you really quickly, Charles. For me, the giddiness comes in with, I can't believe I got that. That I wasn't supposed to have. So I agree. I love that answer. Let's go to the next stage, of the post hookup panic. Let's talk about panic and why this happens. Under what circumstances would make you panic right after a hookup? Hunter, I'm seeing Hunter. They're laughing on the bottom. What? Y'all gotta tell me.
Because I said satisfied, not giddy.
And look, and she jumped on my ass. She was like, this, I know we're going off topic, but she was like, if we ever broke up, would you cry? I said, I ain't a crier.
He said no.
I ain't a crier. Like, I'll be mad, I'll be hurt, but I'm not a crier. That's just me. So I said, but I put it on me. I said, don't you ever jump on my motherfucking ass again about not crying. Ever.
There you go.
Because you need to cry.
That's a man's man right there. That's a man's man. Charles, my brother, I saw you on this one.
Yeah, I've panicked before.
And why?
Because she was ovulating and I didn't have no condom. I was like, damn. Plan B. I said, because she was ovulating and I didn't have no condom. I was like, got to go to plan B. Or plan C, or whoever.
Now that's panic. And as Lamar said, if that rubber busted, that would certainly be a reason to panic.
Yeah, see, that's my brother. We know each other.
Anybody? Why did you panic?
I didn't.
If you weren't supposed to be sleeping with that person, like, oh shit, like I really wasn't even supposed to be sleeping with you like that.
Yeah,
it'd be more panic like that.
Yeah. I kind of piggyback off of Tasha. I somewhat panicked because old girl. She had a boyfriend, and I'm like, they didn't have a problem. I mean, I wasn't trying to do. It just happened. So now then she got to talking about leaving her boyfriend. I was like, oh, wait a minute, hold up, pump your brakes. No, we ain't doing that. No, this ain't. This is just a one-time thing. So anyway, but yeah, I did kind of panic on that one.
Good answers. I want to share with you again from this study what it talks about. Again, talked about the hormonal approach. It says because there is a hormonal crash that once the giddiness and excitement wears off, now the realization kicks in that again there's a sobering effect because you never really talked about whether or not this is official, whether you're totally safe, what does it mean? And in this case, as we're talking about some of these answers, did you use a condom? Did you ask all of the right questions on the front end about whether that person is STD free, HIV negative? I know here in Atlanta, that is huge. You know what I'm saying? And so these are all things that, certainly can make a person panic because these are real, things that happen. I myself have had the one night stands, the hookup kind of deal. And I'm gonna tell you, for me, the biggest thing is panicking is whether the person has told me the truth. That for me is where my panic kicks in at this stage of my life. When I was younger, my panic would have been for a different reason. My panic when I was younger and out there and taking many more gambles was be like, okay, well, what does this mean? Because for me, I knew whether or not it was serious before I even did it. I knew if it was just a fuck thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get this pussy anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because it's pussy. But now it is more the long-term health thing, for me. Bert's laughing at it, but that for me, that's where it's at for me that, what does this mean? And again, I got a good coworker friend. Well, we were good work friends, same age as me. He has a small child. The last thing in the world I would want, I see you shaking your head, Brother Kenny, is at this stage at 54 for somebody to come telling me that they pregnant.
Man, who
You'll
you
be all right,
tell?
Black. Abraham had kids when he was old. You'll be all right. Don't even worry about it.
Man,
But Abraham had some help from the Lord too.
Okay, pray about it. You're gonna be all right. Pray about it. You're gonna be all right. Get in your Bible. You're gonna be all right.
I know I ain't slipping up like that. No, sir. Nah.
No, but even to that point, even as a woman, if the condom broke or if you didn't, like, did you pull out all the way? Yeah, that creates a level of panic too.
Mhm.
Oh,
Because you get that whole, well, I don't know, I don't remember. What you mean you don't know? I wasn't down there. You was down there. You had a better angle than I did. What you mean? So
FYI,
go ahead, Charles.
FYI, Plan B does not work if she's ovulating. Just want y'all to know that.
Oh,
So
Plan B also doesn't work if she weighs over a certain amount as well. So just so y'all know.
oh.
What the hell?
Would you
Tasha,
say
look at
that?
we got
Didn't know
talking.
that.
So,
also Plan
yeah.
B is in the booty, number one.
Lamar, that's why you come over here, bring your own silverware and your own just we go mine.
Great. DJ says panic because what I tell my girl.
Oh damn, DJ.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
if
been
you're
there before.
cheating, yeah,
Yeah, you don't tell her nothing. Duh.
So and DJ also said, we remember talking about whether you take the condom off, because I was gonna ask you, Tasha, are y'all really able to tell whether or not we slipped the condom off or not?
Yeah, it definitely feels different, and it really depends on who it is. Because sometimes it's like, I knew you, I know what you did, like I know. And also when the condom breaks, we can feel that. We feel when it breaks too. That shit pops inside of you. You can feel that. Well, at least I can. You can feel that.
I had to treat one a couple times. So, yeah.
Okay. I see you shaking your head, Bert, because I don't know. Maybe she. I've slipped that condom off and raw dogged some pussies quite a few times, and I didn't think they could tell, but I don't know.
You can tell a difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You gotta
Tasha,
have some good veins in it. Exactly. You gotta. You have to have good veins in it.
They know.
hey, you know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Tasha, what's your ring size?
DJ crazy.
Hey, that's what I said.
Tasha, what's your ring size? Let's go get about get that first date stuff. What's your ring size?
My ring size is an 8.
Let's talk
Okay.
about the ever-present guilt, because DJ brought up that one at the end about guilt kicking in after the hookup. Now he talked about one aspect of it is, and that's if you're cheating. You stepped out there. What are some other reasons where guilt would come into play after you hooked up with somebody and now it's awkward?
A pity fuck.
Oh,
Wow.
Damn.
Pity fuck.
Okay.
Wow.
Hell, you had that ready.
okay. So explain that a little bit more.
So again, so it's like you have sex with somebody that you know you shouldn't have even slept with them. You kind of let them like talk you into it, and then it was terrible, and then it's like, oh, you're more like, you're just more upset with yourself than anything. But definitely a pity fuck. Because even yourself, like, you don't even have a good reason why you did it. You just did it. Okay, well maybe that's just me. Never mind. Skip me. Go to somebody else.
Or I'm gonna walk through it, fellas. Have you ever issued some pity dick?
Yes. And that was the worst ever. Yeah. It's the worst. That's why I was sitting there shaking my head when time was. I was like, look, it's the worst. Like, why did I even fucking do this? It's like a fucking waste of time. Really, I'm being dead ass. It was like a damn weird. I mean, you let it off, whatever. I mean, but shit, you can let it off on your own. Fuck, like it was just what the fuck.
So in this case, was it pity on the front end and you just went through with it, or on the back end because it was so bad that now you recognize it wasn't worth it?
You know what? If I can chop it up and say 50-50, because it was like 50-50 going in, and when you came back out, you was like, shit, I should have just fucking not, I should have did it. It was on that level. It was like you questioning going in, but you being who you are, like, fuck it, it's ugly. And then when you're like, why the fuck did I even do that shit? It wasn't even worth it.
Okay. Lamar, you're interested in my brother. He says, my body wouldn't betray me like that. See, Lamar, one of them dudes, he one of them pretty dudes. He only fucking the 7 and up club. They gotta be 7 and up. So I get you, my brother. Yeah. He do quality. I've done quantity. What about you guys? Any guilt from offering pity dick?
Petty dick.
Kind of what Brother Burt was saying. Definitely on the back end for me. It was horrible, to say the least. But I got caught slipping. I got caught in the dry spell. Then when you get caught in the dry spell, then you got liquor involved. Bad combination. Dry spell and liquor, don't do it, because you end up in something that you're like, what in the world why did I do this? So yeah.
Absolutely. I'm coming to you next, Charles, but I want to read what DJ says. Regret. Normally you come back to your guy, girl who's treating you right, and that's when it hits you. I would avoid sex with my girl for a couple of days. It's more of the lameness of being young. Very interesting. Now, in that scenario, DJ, I would have had to avoid sex if I went raw dog, because now I gotta see if I'm gonna be itching and scratching and shit before I do anything. So so that's my situation. Lamar, hey, that's Mr. TFG himself. Do what, change as many times as you want, my brother. What do you say on this part of guilt, Charles?
So I really don't have a lot of guilt about anything, so I'm probably the wrong person to ask, because my conscience died a long time ago. So like if I'm just put it in language terms. Look, I'm not gonna fuck you if I want to fuck you. So at this age, look, I'm pretty honest. Like, look, girl, look, you cool, but now you kind of crazy. So now you go like move on somewhere. But yeah, I ain't never really had no guilt about it. Like, unless I cheated, that's something I would feel guilty.
Me and you could hang, Charles. I never associated guilt with after hooking up. If I did it, it's because I wanted to do it. Even if it was a pity fuck. I fucked a lot of ugly women, lots of ugly women, and a lot of odd situations too. But I still wanted to do it. So I never felt guilty afterwards. I just sent you guys a picture of a midget here the other day. Yeah, you did. She damn sure can get it. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, I don't associate guilt with sex. I really don't. So for me, that's never part of the after hookup. Even when I cheated, there's more fear. There's more.
Yeah, fear. You're right. There's a word. Yeah, fear.
But
not guilt.
Did I feel guilty that I did it? No, I'm hoping I got
I
away
did it
with
again.
it. You know what I'm saying?
I always went back.
I'm hoping I got away with it, and the Lamb says, I don't think I ever regretted snapping nappy dugout. So
Why is it nappy? Why is it nappy, Lamar? Why is it nappy? You ain't got no perm, nothing, no S curve, nothing, no soul glow. There's so much shit out there. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what about the aspect of sensitivity? And let me tell you what I mean when I say sensitivity after the post-sex hookup. It talks about how you just shared something so insanely intimate with that person. They've seen you in all natural states. Now they know where your birthmark is. He just talked about the nappy dugout. You seeing some shit about somebody that ordinarily you wouldn't see. Is this a point of now awkwardness? What do you do with this level of sensitivity? Is it natural at this stage to feel some level of discomfort after the hookup? Because now you've just gone from a casual friendship or whatever, you've crossed this line, and now you've seen this person in all their glory.
And it's just on, you talking about like you were friends?
Whatever the circumstances is, that, now it's a level of sensitivity, and while you think about it, this one for me is probably one of the bigger ones for me, and I'm gonna tell you why. DJ says I would go to the restroom and pour alcohol on.
You know what?
I've been STD free.
Get as long as it's the green kind, you good. As long as it's the green kind.
You know what, my brother? If that's been working for you for a long time, it's amazing what we'll do. I had a big jar full of penicillin pills that I used to pop, and for a long time that actually worked until I went through my little period where I caught it 4 times in a row. But okay.
What the hell?
You know what?
So, but the sensitivity aspect is what it is for me now. Like Tasha, you raised at the beginning of this show, the question that sparked this whole conversation was about getting up and leaving right after. For me, this is it. There's a level of sensitivity over my body issues. For me, this is the one for me. If I was still in good physical shape, I could strut. I wish I could be you, brother Lamb. Walk to the refrigerator, butt fucking naked, and get me a coat.
Mm-hmm.
Them days is over. Them days. Matter of fact, I fuck like Winnie the Pooh. This shirt is not coming off.
What? You know what? I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with you.
I'm just saying.
I can't even watch Winnie the Pooh no more. God.
No.
Penny is.
Let's be I'm sorry.
I'm just saying that for me that's the most for me that happens in the post hookup. Awkwardness for me is the confidence I don't have. I know what I look like naked. I'm amazed that they even giving me some pussy because I cannot see my dick anymore. I have to hold my head to look at it.
Whoa.
Where we going?
I'm still stuck on Winnie the Pooh, bro.
Hold on.
No, Black. Now in that sense, I do agree with you. I liken it to like the Garden of Eden, and after that, after they took a bite of the apple, they were suddenly aware of their nakedness, like their body. I completely agree with that. I don't know what happens. I immediately sober up and everything, and I'm like, okay, let's just lay here in the dark.
Thank you for admitting that. That is not just me.
It's not.
Lamb says, "Hey, I'm with you, Black. When I'm a little heavy, the shirt stays on." And this is physically fit. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't know what that feel like.
I know what that feels like.
Bruh, I'm talking to my 3 brothers right here.
I do know what that feels like.
So anyway, for you guys, because y'all
What you saying, bro?
What you say?
So what you saying?
Is this a factor for y'all? Any level of sensitivity, especially stemming from it's done. Y'all hooked up. You've seen each other. You experienced this most intimate level. Is there any level of awkwardness based on sensitivity?
No, not for me. Look, I put a lot of work in.
See?
I want you to make sure you look at this shit when I'm done. I'm doing something like motherfucking Tyrese. You know what I'm saying? Doing a thick neck, a whole nine.
I love it. I love it.
I'm not going front. No cap.
Amen.
I love it. I love it. That's real. Kenny, what you say, my brother?
Sensitivity. I think I'm gonna be. I would be. I'm sensitive to her needs and whatever. But far as like any sensitivity with me physically and whatever, no, I'm good. I'm doing just like Melvin on goddamn Baby Boy. I'm walking to the refrigerator, cooking some breakfast and pouring some Kool-Aid with my neck. I'm butt naked in the kitchen. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. DJ with y'all, he said it feels like a crime with your shirt on.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
If you're a woman,
No.
Charles, bring it home. Is me and Tasha the only one feeling this shit?
Look, when I was younger, like okay, so look, man, like I'm a little skinnier, I'm a little heavier now. When I was in high school, I was super skinny, like you could see my damn ribs skinny. And we had a real conversation, like me and a few friends, and all part of this conversation. And I was like, man, like man, like I leave my shirt on sometimes, and girls be mad about that. And my homeboy was like, why? Like they know your ass skinny, like when you walk up to them, so like they don't care. So like I got to a point where you know what, like I don't give a shit. If I'm giving you a good dick, you're not gonna care. Like it looks like hell. Like after it's all over with. So like it really don't matter. And same thing. Like same thing for a woman. Tasha, take your damn shirt off. Hell, you got I ain't trying to see no shirt.
The T-shirt might come off, but I will have on a camisole. I'm not taking off my camisole. No, I'm not doing that. I don't even walk around my own house butt naked, and ain't nobody here but me and my dog. I don't even walk around the house butt naked. No,
I do walk around naked when I'm alone. You know, I can live with my own.
I'm only naked whenever I'm getting in the shower and getting out. That's it. Other than that, there's some semblance of clothes on in the house.
So let's go to the last one in the interest of time, and this is the ultimate thing that happens right after a hookup. It's that level of, so for you, which one is it after a hookup? Is it more of a sense of power or more of a sense of peace?
Oh, boy.
Depends on if I'm on top or not.
Okay.
Oh, man.
All right now. I know I got the power.
Yes, sir.
All right now. Tasha, you've generated a few questions though. Do you care if the girl wearing a waist trainer? I
don't.
Who
Yeah.
the hell wearing that during sex?
Yeah, I wouldn't want her to have no waist trainer.
This ain't a rope.
I want you to look on.
Sister, and where you at, sis? You done missed several shows. She said they gonna see all my roles, and he better love it. I wish I had your confidence, sis. I do not. And then Lamb answered power. So which is it for you as we close out on post-sex hookup behavior? Tasha, thinking about this one. Is it more a sense of power or more sense of peace?
You know what? It depends on how quick he came. It really does. How quick did he nut? It is how I'll feel. And then also usually hunger too. It's like right in there too. So power, peace, hunger. It's all together right there.
So if I'm understanding you correct, if he comes quick, because I want to know what you mean by this.
Yes.
If he comes quick, do you feel more powerful or more at peace that I made this nigga nut real quick?
Oh, I take pride in that. But did I also nut as well? Because if you nutted too fast to where I didn't nut, that I didn't get it, I'm going to feel powerful, but I'm going to be pissed. But if I got mine as well, there will be a sense of peace that is along with that. It's satisfied, of course, but I will feel powerful, especially if I had you screaming my name. So that's the other thing too.
Don't forget to get Charles that number. Don't forget to get Charles that number. Just so you know.
I ain't screaming shit. She let me drive the car to the stove.
I'm trying to tell
with
you.
no license.
I'm telling you, don't knock it. Don't knock it.
Yes, especially if she done came 7 to 15 times, legs percolating and done damn near fell off the bed. Power, you a bad man. You a bad man,
What the
Lamb.
fuck is percolating? Mom, what the hell? Mom, stop saying that.
Like this.
Stop saying percolate. Stop that. I know what it is, but just stop
You
using
a
it.
bad
You
man.
see it
You a
correctly.
bad man, brother. DJ say, girl, you better be naked, and if she's cold, it's more of a humble brag. Ooh, ooh, okay. GTD.
Got
Got the draws. Got the draws. Got the draws.
Bravo,
And the car keys too.
bravo, Sensei. All right, let me come to my favorite couple. More of a sense of power or peace?
You want to go first?
Oh, I said, if
Yes,
I'm
yes,
power,
He said,
I
He
really feel like I
said
have power.
power.
Oh, couple. Oh,
So yeah, it's all about power.
we talking about us or like in
It
general?
don't make a difference. Power.
all right.
Well, when you doing your thing, I'm at peace.
Oh, okay, you are peace. I mean, listen, I'm in power mode no matter what. You know what I mean? It's when I'm calling you all types of names.
All right, now we
Whoa. Oh.
TMI. Now he went TMI on.
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? It's power.
Okay. Next person.
I'm gonna leave it at
Next
that.
person. 'Cause you-
But that's
I don't want
fair.
to ruin the night.
Acting up.
I was gonna say the same thing as well. Like, are you making love? Because that makes a difference too. Are you making love or you just fucking? Because that'll make a difference too.
It can be
Now
both.
that is a difference because a lot of people don't know the difference.
Kenny,
I'm
what you
making love and fucking.
Hey,
man is
Oh,
so
what's up?
he's feeling power, and if she's walking like Bambi the P to get that nut out, it's all about power with that person. And Bert, my brother, my
he's
favorite,
showing off.
my favorite couple. What you
He's
say?
showing off tonight.
Power or peace?
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
Power. It's a little bit of both. Power if I put her to sleep and she can't remember where she is, and then it's peace because we flipped the coin and she's sleeping in a wet spot.
Yes, sir. My man.
Kenny said, I'm putting it down.
You putting it
Charles?
down?
Charles, I don't know if I heard yours. Which one, my brother?
I agree with Kenny a little bit of both. Like if I did my thing right, get a nut towel. Can you get a nut towel? You know what? If I did my thing, it's peace. And if if I get like certain privileges, then I feel like powerful. So yeah.
I'll end it by saying this. In my younger days, it definitely would have been power. I was Superman, confident in my abilities, didn't have any bad dick reports out there. I was even arrogant with it. At this stage of my life, it's got to be peace. If I made it through that encounter the other night. I wanted to get out of there for a reason. I was at peace that I held my own. I didn't ask whether she was satisfied. The assumption was that she was satisfied. She didn't put me out, so I was leaving on my own accord. I felt a sense of peace in that moment that all of the things that I know it takes for me to fuck, that I was able to make it through. I didn't have to huff and puff and go to the bathroom and look in the mirror and catch my breath. My dick stayed just hard enough to be able to get that one good round in. So for me, I was at a great level of peace with that I had survived and made it through because she's younger. So for me at this stage, it is definitely a sense of peace after the post-sex hookup. My last few comments, Lamb says, if it's transactional and she jump up and throw them drawers on and leave, Pete, very good point. If you paying for that pussy, then yeah,
you know what?
You want to get them there.
Yeah, you don't pay a hoe to fuck you. You pay her to leave. So
just say Kenny probably be putting that voice on them girls. Hey, that's a weapon right there. That's a weapon right there, my brother.
Yeah.
I'll be talking crazy, DJ, just so you know. And now I can't always back up the shit I say, so I have to rely on a lot more talking.
Yo, DJ running it down.
Charles probably stop calling thereafter.
Probably.
You damn right. They gotta call me. So yeah, right.
Tasha,
Do
stop
not.
and go.
Yeah.
So
Do not.
great show. We went over a little bit by 5 minutes, but I want to thank you guys for having this conversation. And again, these are normal, just so you know, conversations Tasha and I have, and that's what brought this to the forefront. But I thought it was a cool topic to discuss because what I liked about this today, it shows when the inception of this show is about men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and how different we are. But you know what this also shows? We share some of the same internal feelings of inadequacy, you know, awkwardness. And even though our reasonings might be different, it does open that door. And I hope, like you, I'll leave it with this, that now that we are aware that all these things happen, some of them are hormonal, that it makes a difference in your next hookup, because not all of us are in relationships. You know, we only have one couple on here, so they're safe from this. But the rest of us, we are either seeking situationships, or when that thing get a little dusty and we need to knock the cobwebs off of some things, we gonna have some hookups. So be aware that this is all natural and normal. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, especially Charles coming on the show. My brother, come on back anytime.
Oh, thanks for letting me join. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that.
Look, you have an invitation to come on as a regular. You know, that invitation is open anytime you want, and that's for anybody. Sherry, we miss you. Good to see you back again, Carlos. We've been missing you, my brother. You know, DJ, brother, come on,
DJ,
for real.
DJ, come on, for real.
You know, Mr. TFG, you too damn funny and conversational not to be coming on my show more often. I need you, my brother. Come on anytime you have an open invitation. All this is happening because of you anyway, so I appreciate the love and support. And I'll use my last few moments to beg and employ the velvet voice of Mr. Kenny, even though he's experiencing a little bit of a cold. But if you don't mind, my brother, tell everybody where they can find all of the content on TFG, if you don't mind.
Well, you can find Real Talk for Real Men. This is with Lee Black and with Tasha on Sundays and Wednesdays. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. And on Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern. Sundays is a little bit more laid back. We have a little fun. On Wednesdays, we talk about some serious topics. Then on Fridays and Sundays, you can catch the Real Estate Insider with Lamar Falk. He goes live on Fridays and Sundays. I believe he goes a little bit later now on Fridays. I think he goes live is about 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, 10 o'clock on Fridays, and on Sundays he goes on after the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I know that because I know a lot of people a lot of the watchers was like, oh, we want to watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta first. So he goes on after the Real Housewives of Atlanta on Sundays. And then on Sundays at 8 p.m. we have Central Time. We have Rue and the fellas, and one of the fellas is with us right there, Charles Moore and Dwayne Martin. You can catch them on their show at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then on Mondays, TFG Tonight with the host Brenton Haynes at 8 p.m. Central with me, yours truly, and with my guy Lee Black and with Devin Devine. You can catch us talking about politics, sports, and whatever is trending. Then on Tuesdays, you can catch me, TFG Sports Show, which is Sports Guy Kendrick at 6:30 Central. I'm giving it to you straight with no chaser. And on Thursdays, I forgot. Forgive us later. Because if you watch this show, ladies, y'all gonna have to forgive these brothers later because they giving it to you straight. And that's what that guy again down there, Charles Moore, DJ Sullivan, and Lamar Falk. You can catch them at 7:30 Central Standard Time tomorrow on Forgive Us Later on YouTube. So TFG got the shows, man. Y'all come check us out. Come support Black business. Appreciate it. All right, I'm done.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. Love you. Thank you. I love everybody on the panel. I appreciate you guys tuning in. So I know we got to go back to the rest of this hot week, but I appreciate all of you guys for popping in, sharing just this little bit of hour with us. I had a great time. Thank you, DJ. Appreciate the show support as always. And hey, stay cool, stay hydrated, be good to each other, and always keep it real. Everybody enjoy the rest of your week.